Okay. Random live rant o'clock. Been an eventful day, I suppose, when you get to live most of your day outside. It's a good thing. This is day 2 of my little vacation. I gotta say, it is a struggle for, I don't know, can I say people like us, people that stay very much in their minds, and when we're on these YouTubes, sometimes we may feel even more, yo, what's up, Maxwell? Yo, check it. I guess I'll segue really quick. I have been mastering the art of the PS5. I know you are a PC master race fella. YouTube algorithm, don't strike me for that. Yo, Magical Mystery Buttholes, what a fantastic name. What's up, Sly? Maxwell, I've been playing the F out of Resident Evil 4 Remake. It is the tits, bro. And Atomic, what's paused right now? Atomic Crush or something. It's like in a dystopian sci-fi communist USSR. It's all crazy. But that's not what brought me here, okay? Yeah, see, PC all the way. I know. If you got the money, you can get yourself a monster. So I was perusing the stuck in the middle page, which is a mix, a mesh of my let's see, what's a good word? I like words here. It is a plethora of minds and different opinions and political affiliations that come together and post. And usually it's a place where people choose to complain about things that they either maybe perhaps don't understand or fully understand and just want to let it be known that this is where they draw their line in the sand. So, dude, shut up. You have Resident Evil 4 and Oculus. Man, I don't even know if I could handle that, to be honest. 4, we're talking about 4, the remake. I'm talking about the remake, not 7. Not the okay. Anyway, so all right, gentrification. Now I'm pretty sure. What's up, D-Lib? Pretty sure I got a good idea on gentrification, but I wanted to go out on public and risk being the idiot and see if I have the understanding accurate without going on Urban Dictionary or anywhere. I want to just see if I have any sort of like legitimate grasp of the idea. Is gentrification when a lot of what hipsters, white people, or I mean, I don't know what I don't know the demographic that is used whenever I am told somebody is just something is gentrified. So a friend of mine that is, and you all know how I feel about like uh, walking on eggshells. I gotta call him African American. No, you remember my friend Drew? Okay, he's black, and that's okay. You just say he's black. Just apparently it's an issue, and it's crazy. Everything's an issue this day and age. And yes, maybe it's my age. I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna rave. I'm gonna sound like that guy. I'm just not cool enough. I get mad now. Okay, because people are so in their feels about shit. So I just again, I want to clarify. We remember Drew. Drew's a good friend. He's like a brother to me. Um, he told me I hate how wokeism has been gentrified. An older white man told me I hate how woke Disney has become. Now, I I haven't had a chance to have a full discourse or dialogue. Oh, when you get time, watch the news video from Derek John. Okay, we'll do. Thank you, Lost Rebel. I appreciate that. I always look for a good suggestion to keep my mind occupied and like just everything's a Rubik's cube and we gotta just try to understand things. Well, everything that's happening, behind the scenes is always nefarious and never in our for our greater good. It's always for the same old frickin' snails in the damn swamp. And I hope to see the day before I pass that we do something to change it. I don't know if that's a radical rise up or what. But anyway, back to this original idea. Disney is woke, right? I mean, there's no question. I this is not a rebellious act. I've been unsubscribed from Disney for a long time. All right. At first, it had to do with the movies, is where I appreciated the whole MCU and everything that they put on that stupid channel is crap. She-Hulk, I couldn't get past the first episode. Um, and in some of my precious little comics, there's some things that are spilling over. And is it that I'm out of touch? Am I the old man that's sitting in the front yard in the rocking chair with the shotgun that's just bitching and out of touch? Do the kids have it right? Does this younger generation have it all figured out? Am I getting amped up over nothing? Are things changing and evolving or regressing and confusing me? So okay, wokeism we've seen. Look at Bud Light recently. Okay, they made a statement finally. They made a statement to apologize. It was here. Let me quote the very clever people of the Guardian or New York Post that wrote this article. And I also did for little content for later. Once I fix my computer, I have a whole like a list of things that were supposed to be examples of people like getting owned on the internet, but really it's completely biased, and it takes a little extra awareness to recognize the slant, but you see it here. You know what? I'm on the topic, and this is how I jump from one to another, only to rewind on this list. It was supposed to be a list of times that somebody got owned on the interwebs or something, made a fool of himself. So here's one example that I feel like, did they simplify it too much? Because they could have just posted this exchange between a daughter and father and left it at that. But no, they had to add paragraph after paragraph demonizing the father and building up this man. I'm the turf of YouTube, I suppose. This is apparently the context is a trans woman, meaning that originally this father raised a son. I don't know how old the father is. I don't know how old the son who has transitioned to a woman is. And apparently it was Christmas. The text exchange is as follows: "Hey, Dad, Merry Christmas." And the father responds, "Hey, son, Merry Christmas to you too." And then the next two paragraphs from the Sunnerter, nope, that doesn't work. Da nope. They, okay? The they person was outraged. "You're still gonna disrespect me, and on Christmas, you know what? You can go F yourself, and I hope you do this and that, and you unalive alone forever, and whatnot, and you don't have a son or a daughter now, and and then it shows on the picture, and I did save it. This is something I will feature on one of the next times that I'm on my damn PC. That's all stupid today, but I mean, and the article goes on to raise up the would-be daughter for being heroic. Here's my issue with this whole thing, and I know I focus a lot of time on this, but it is an issue. Just look on TV or social media. Look at Bud Light. They lost $5 billion since April 1st. Clearly, there is some divisiveness, and that's the only comment that the owner, the CEO, who, by the way, I learned worked for he was a CIA officer, a Marine, and graduated from Harvard Business. That's an interesting fella to be running Bud Light. Yeah, it's just fascinating. Anytime there's a three-letter agency, anything involved, I'm going to get my little antennae all like just rubbing together, like, what the hell is going on? Why is somebody with this background? I mean, great credentials, but really? So we got some national interest here. So then that makes me think even further. What think tanks were involved? Why did we have a VP that was so against the demographic that was Bud Light? In her own words on Fox News before she disappeared off of Lycated and got fired, it was oh, I don't like the current demographic. This woman that had to sell to the populace, we the people. I didn't drink light beer ever. I haven't had a beer in like 9 years or something. I like liquor very much, thank you. She insulted the people she's supposed to sell to. She literally said, yeah, Bud Light really seems to cater to the more fratty and bratty kind of folks. So, boom. I mean, I guess she's got us all figured out. I think she graduated with a doctorate in wokeness. And wokeness is not profitable, people. Wokeness comes in the form of slapping a man that is fetishized a looking like a little girl and calling himself a woman after 365 days of dressing like one. I think Matt Walsh from the Daily Wire put it best when he described his wife giving birth to their son or daughter. I think they have like 4 kids, family man. I don't agree with everything Matt Walsh says, but we agree on something pretty fundamental and simple, which is Dylan Mulvaney, the person they put on that can to celebrate 365 days, is acting like a little girl and getting basically a Broadway show with celebrity guests and applause. Where is all of that and any of that honor and or treatment for the women that have given birth, that have earned the title woman, that have earned the title mother? As Matt Walsh looked upon his wife that was absolutely shivering and bleeding out, and he was freaking out. He couldn't even look. And his lovely wife, gave birth. And now we celebrate some weird looking guy. He looks like a boy with a woman's headdress on, celebrating being a girl for 365 days. That is, if we want to use the term appropriation, or if the left wants to ever condemn anybody, what happened to like condemning blackface, right? That was unequivocally bipartisanly approved as bad. It got awkward when it was called out on Whoopi Goldberg and the guy from Cheers, I forget his name. She participated in an act where her friend that was white put on blackface. It was okay then, wasn't it? But it's a part of that selective outrage. Thanks, Chris Rock, for putting a name to it. I always called it cherry picking. It's easier to pick and choose what your issues are, so you don't have to have the big boy conversations. Can I even say big boy anymore? Does it have to be big adult so everybody's comfortable? The fucking reality is we're all going to live a life with discomfort. And the more you shove things down our faces or throats or whatever, I want to identify my face as a throat and my throat as a face. So you can't tell me what. We have to concede that there's a lot of work to be done to come to an understanding, and you cannot pretend, a billion-dollar company cannot pretend that it's all water under the bridge in one freaking day. It's a slap in the face to actual women that have to just do what only they can do. And now I'm not going to blanket statement all trans anybody, but the way they treat it's not. And why are there biological women? Just like I used to debate women that were pro-life, right? I thought that was an affront to their own autonomy, bodily autonomy. I still have reservations. I'm outspoken about how I feel, but I'm willing to have that dialogue. What I won't do is go and put on something that you enjoy my opinion of something, right? So I just I don't understand. And why can't a woman, like in that documentary, What is a Woman? Why were there so many nervous women to say the following answer? Well, I can't define that for you. Or, well, I'm not a woman. One therapist, a woman that's a therapist that's relied upon to talk to children that are making a decision where they can choose. Oh, and I found a clip of a school somewhere in California, of course, California, right? They don't have to disclose to the parents if their child is choosing to be identified as the gender that they are not at birth. They can hide it. And this is another clip I have saved. And a father gave it to the school board, and they had to listen. As much as they tried to interrupt him and debate him, they had to listen. There was a school intendant, I forget the position, he kept on speaking on. She's the highest paid school superintendent of whatever station. And she quoted this. He was reading her quotes. She has a stack of files of all the trans kids in her school that she does not relay and intends to keep private between her and the staff. This is why Trump got a standing ovation when he mentioned parental rights. What a day in the United States when we're not celebrating and trying to get I don't know, universal energy that's unlimited that would solve a hell of a lot of problems. No, we've fallen so far down the rabbit hole. I don't know that we've fallen off the totem pole that we're down to the core basics, man. I don't understand it. And some of the books that were read at that board meeting, some of the stuff that they're allowing in there. Now, look, I don't have a full understanding. I don't have a scholastic or very intelligent grasp of CRT. So I would not be its greatest opponent, advocate. I think it's great to not be racist. But when you're reading and putting books out to you're reading to 6 to 8 year olds a book titled Anti Racist Baby. And the contents of the book, there is, I think the one I'm citing, Senator Ted Cruz read some of the stuff aloud to the body, to the people that were completely unaware, to the people that were in charge of the school. They had no idea these books were there. Who is doing the jobs that the tax dollars are funding? Our tax dollars, right? We the people. Where is our representation? So anti-racist baby had to be taught that they are inherently racist. It's latent. It's in there. You have to accept that you're racist. And you know, like I thought there was always a thing. We don't see color, but the little the children's book, if you didn't hear me in the back, is talking about how you have to see color and you have to acknowledge racism. We're talking about 6 to 8 year olds, man. In New York, I think I was a bit more of the minority Latin Jew. Okay. And man, we didn't have any kind of this crap in our curriculum. I am that old. I'm the Clint Eastwood, dude. I'm the Gran Torino right now. I don't understand what they're teaching, what the agenda. And don't get me started. I got another clip that I want to share when my computer is a little fixed up of this. It's a parody commercial. But what's sad about a parody, you know how truth is said in jest? Oh my. Let me take care of this a-hole. Good job. I hope you feel you've accomplished something. Um, there's a parody by the Babylon Bee of th how we are so concerned about, I guess the sensitivity training and the LGBTQ folks that want to be in the military, that we're not focusing on strategy and the things that I guess a military would have to be focused on. And they put out a parody training video and it's hilarious. And I'm going to share that. And I don't know if I'm sharing that as a piece of humor or a piece of truth. So, okay, this is my little, remember, I am what's considered, and this was hurled at me as an insult back in the Stuck in the Middle days. And you will see Josh and I back on Monday. I am a Terf, and I wear the badge proud. This is what they want to pigeonhole me as if it's the only embodiment of what I'm about. Trans extremist radical feminist. Yes, I am pro biological women. I'm also pro anybody living their best life as they want to. You can't demand people to engage in a delusion or your own reality. And that goes along with like respect is earned. I mean, so just I guess I just came here to complain, to see if this voice is understood and heard, and it can't just be me. I know it's not. You look at what Bud Light just tried to do, and boy oh boy, I guarantee we're gonna have some fascinating commercials to go back over and remake all the money they lost. They're not gonna go anywhere. But damn, CIA. Once CIA, once you retire from the FBI or the CIA, you're not really out of it. One more clip I'll talk about. The Twitter files that are so big right now because it showed. I got to watch a congresswoman take the old Twitter cronies to town. And apparently, the Twitter people that were doing the bidding of the FBI, they all quit. And now they're trying to sue Elon Musk, which is hilarious. Elon Musk, to my acknowledgement, remember, as a progressive, Elon Musk was supposed to be my enemy. But just like with Trump, I couldn't just look at somebody and paint him black or white and say, that's the guy I'm gonna hate because he's successful. I'm pro anybody that's down for the free speech, okay? Except for the a-hole that was typing that mess up in here. So the Twitter exec learned from the current Twitter staff that and this is a congresswoman, she was shadow banned, just like YouTube does with the algorithms here. That's why I say, if you want to promote any channel that you enjoy or you dig in some shape or form, hit the like button. It does do a little something. But in some cases, like when Twitter, especially during COVID, we're completely controlling and silencing not only we the people, but our representation. All because she made a joke about Hillary Clinton. They shadow banned her. And I have the clip of her sticking it to these four old, not old as in like age wise, but old Twitter execs that made a ton of money. And there was, at least we've identified, less than 50 meetings with the FBI about Twitter policy. So my hat's off and a thank you to Elon Musk for coming out, for kind of being a whistleblower. He's kind of done what Trump was starting to do in the White House, go in and clean the swamp up, you know? I do have fear for the fractioning of the conservative party. If DeSantis runs, we don't know. There's a lot of hints here in Florida that he is. That's the only thing I fear that would happen between Trump and DeSantis, is the fraction and faction of the only base that I have ever seen united. As a once for over 20 years, for over 30 years, I was a blue no matter who, Democrat. You know this very well, as far as a progressive, but all those progressive values have taken a huge step down because we're stuck at a core curriculum of basics and we don't have an understanding of it, and we're divided more than ever. So divided, so much hate, unspoken hate. I get a lot of information at my job when I talk to people, and I'll kind of placate whatever they want to say, only to a point, just to see what's really there as the substance. I have fear for this country. I have fear for where it is going. AI is also kind of scary. I love science and technology, don't get me wrong, and I love my video games, love virtual reality, but Joe Rogan put out a warning. An AI bot made an official sounding podcast over 2 hours with his voice and a made up guest, and it sounds completely legitimate. And he put out a warning to everybody and to invest. Let's get in on this. What else was made? So some students at a university who study artificial intelligence, they went on Reddit, and I don't know if a teacher told them to do this or not. This is just two students. They made an artificially intelligent bot that was acting like they didn't have to do anything. This program, this AI, acted of its own, used its own dialogue, borrowed from personalities of other women, and got men on Reddit to purchase her nudes, which were also AI generated. And then finally, after hours and hours of this happening, they made about $100, by the way. After hours and hours of this, other AI folks that have some know-how were asking that this woman that looked absolutely real, by the way, produce images of her hands, because apparently people that have to animate the AI, I don't know how this works. They are not 100% efficient at making the hands look real. So I guess that's what you got to look out for. So okay, this is my little TED talk. Karscar, Maxwell, Blitch and Blitch. I don't know. I don't remember who you are, but my hello, my Shabbat Shaloms to one and all. Yo, Maine. By the way, the mod ship. I'm on the StreamYard, so I can't necessarily do much with that. But once I figure out what's up with my PC, it might be time to buy a new one. It might be time. Then we'll see what happens. By the way, look forward to Monday. Josh and I shall return for another Stuck in the Middle entry. I really do have a lot of fun with my brother from another mother, and bringing topics that we feel are important to light and putting a little levity. We got to be able to laugh during confusing times, I suppose, and that's all we can offer. That's it. That's all. I'm not good with goodbyes, so y'all take care.